Hello, this is Lady Laree Art, back with another reading. This one is an art oracle, and also it's more of a spiritual meaning type of reading. I seen a woodpecker, well, not seen a woodpecker, but I heard it off in the backyard in the distance, so thought I'd do a read on it. So here we go. I had to write some notes and stuff down too, just to keep track of it and collect my thoughts. But here we go. The woodpecker is a symbol of protection. It represents problem solving, adaptability, communication, and expression. As a protective spiritual being, it is capable of warding and shielding you. Using feathers as a talisman is great for this. To show respect to the woodpecker is to begin connecting with Mother Nature. You can wear the feathers as a talisman by making a necklace out of it, putting it in your pocket, and just having it with you. Some people even put feathers on crystal grid work and stuff like that, or pillow, bed, under the bed, or wherever you feel like you need protection, or where you are most vulnerable. To establish connection with Mother Earth and nature, some ways are grounding with your feet on the on the grass, and gemstone work with earthy gemstones like browns, blacks, reds, oranges, and yellows, colors you would find in nature. You can also tree hug, or sit close to a tree and put your hands on the branches or the trunk of the tree itself. The woodpecker is enduring. It works diligently and relentlessly at its task. The woodpecker is thick-skulled, which protects it from the repetitive work of what it does, which is woodpecking. Tasks that require time need you to pace yourself for the long haul. Momentary breaking from a task may be necessary. Tedious tasks may need a bit of stretching, bathroom breaks, water breaks, or going outside to take a quick, full breath of fresh air. Remembering to take breaks is important. And if in construction or any work that involves protective gear or working in hazards with electricity or anything where you where the elements can get you and just sweep you away or something, you should be mindful and always take precautions before proceeding. Make sure you have all your protective gear. Make sure the power is completely off. Make sure the water is shallow. Make sure nothing's going to hit you at a high speed pressure or anything like that. Or fall from a great height of any kind. While you're trying to just work diligently on what you need to do. The pecking of a hole to find food and create shelter can mean uncovering hidden findings, things yet to be discovered or seen. So finding ways to move about through life with rewarding work and always doing what is necessary for your survival. Rewards for your labor are essential for having equilibrium in your life and having a place to call home. With this, survival depends on generating and creating sources in which meet your survival needs. If you're going to provide food, water, shelter, clothing, and anything else that you require, you're going to have a steady source of income. Or at least a guaranteed source of income. So maybe if you don't have like a permanent job, get a temporary job. Learning to budget, learning to focus on needs rather than wants, so that your money won't frivolously be spent and then you feel like all your hard work and labors are for naught. So that's very important too. Whatever you work for, be mindful so that you won't, be short on rent or short on your property taxes, or, run out of food or water. A lot of people don't like drinking faucet water. However, the body will start to really feel it. And you, like humans, you can't go more than 3 days without water. Like you could die like that way. And with food, you can go longer. However, them hunger pains are no joke. So yeah, like be able to have a steady job, a stable job, even if it's like through temp services and things like that, or even like DoorDash, Uber, like just a steady job, a weekly or bi-weekly paying job. If you can create content, do so. Like there's so many like ways to bring in sources of income that are guaranteed, but those that are more like, what's the word I'm looking for? Less stable and not a guaranteed check every week or bi-weekly. But it's good to have a combination of those. So, but yeah, moving on. When working with gemstones, for this, so working with gems that are the color of the woodpecker in your region, the color and the size of the woodpecker varies depending on where you are. So where I'm at, have the red-bellied woodpecker, which I drew here. Other places, they're not this color and whatnot, and some are like puffier, like bigger, and some are like slimmer. But yeah, earth tone gems, or like, yeah, the color of the woodpecker for like gemstones, or just a generally protective gemstone with a protective frequency. I got that wrong a little bit, but yeah, generally protective frequency gemstone. But if it's the color of Mother Nature, and also has the protective qualities, or even the protective qualities while still having the color of the woodpecker in your region or area, doesn't have to be in your region or area, but still, it probably would enhance it depending on where you live. It would just connect you better to that area or region in which you live. So let's see. Adding feathers to your crystal grid, like I said before, and to your gemstone and like talismans. Lost my place a little bit, my bad. But yeah, wear these gemstones in your pocket along with the feathers you find. When they happen to just release them. I forgot, like shed, molting or shedding. Goodness, mixing up the words, but that's okay. I actually have a book on gemstones, and it's called The Book of Stones: Who They Are and What They Teach. It's by Robert Simmons and Nasha Asian. Sorry for butchering the name. I don't like doing that. I believe names should be said correctly. But forgive me if I said it like terribly wrong. But it's a big, thick book on gemstones. They have beautiful pictures in there and like all the qualities and stuff. So I skimmed through it, And I found one that is both protective and actually pertains to the spiritual meaning. So red aventurine, you can have it in like raw form or tumbled form. It is used for discernment, determination, strength, and alignment with one's highest path. The elements are earth and fire. The chakras are the root and creative, which is the sacral, so the first and second. However, the fire element is the solar plexus chakra element. And root is earth, sacral is water. The qualities to use of the gemstone are like vitality, mental alertness, manifestation through action to overcome challenges, rebuild physical energies and confidence, increase energy flow and help with low vitality, helps with zeroing in on tasks, and aids in discerning the highest path to take action in. And I drew this just after doing the research and taking these notes and looking through the book. And it's beautiful to see these beautiful birds, these beautiful creatures outside and waking up, listening to them. It was really cute. Just hear a little pecking, in the background in my backyard somewhere. But the markings have like significance. So it's like the red is like hitting, like bombarding, abrasive, because they have, I did some notes, so they have a thick skull, which protects the brain from shock distribution and whatnot, or absorption. Said that completely wrong. Thick skull protects brain from shock and whatnot. Males have red in back or on top of head. Male birds are brightly colored than females or have different markings. Different colors depending on region and area. And again, it has a thick skull which protects it from its tedious and like grueling tasks. So, and they have a black beak. So I did this little like squiggly of the energy. And to some, it would be like painful to try to like put your beak or whatever else through anything. But it's also the intensity, the danger that entails in doing so, but also the energy and whatnot. But yeah, this was just a real quick spiritual meaning read for the woodpecker I heard. Sorry about my pacing and like my voice. The weather here is changing, and it was raining and like really wet outside, and then it was like sunny and dry, and now it's like gloomy and dry. And yeah, allergies is kicking in, and I have like my pet dog, and I had a cat. So yeah, it's definitely like, blah, but I got my allergy pills, so I'll be all right. And I definitely like, my voice is definitely much better compared to how it was before. But I hope you enjoyed the spiritual meaning. This is Lady Laree Art and Lady Laree's Reads Art Oracle. And I'm going to download this really soon. And I hope you have a good day, afternoon, evening, or night. And be safe and be well and be prosperous. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for viewing. And goodbye.